They're not designed to sell candy. Secret doors, hidden basements, and shelves of counterfeit candy. One shop closes and another opens literally 2 doors down. So today I want to talk to you about one of Europe's strangest businesses, the American candy shop. You've seen them. Glowing neon rainbow walls of Wonka, Reese's the size of your head, tubs of gummies that would survive a nuclear winter. And yet, nobody ever seems to be inside. Ooh. Except me, because you know if I see an American store, I'm going to go inside and buy an overpriced $12 box of cereal. What the hell, Europe? Why are we not on the cereal train? We have cereal, but it's so limited. Sorry, veering off topic. American food sections began popping up in the 1990s. They were usually just a lonely shelf with Dr. Pepper, Lucky Charms, and a jar of marshmallow fluff. All of it twice the US price and gone in a week. People loved it though, because it felt like contraband. The whole appeal was novelty. And that's the seed these candy shops grew out of. Instead of a tiny shelf, the whole store is a shrine to American brands. But spoiler, those supermarket imports were at least regulated. If you paid €10 for a box of Pop-Tarts, you actually got Pop-Tarts. Stateside, you guys have theorized that mattress stores are a front for money laundering.
There seems to be a mattress firm on every corner. This makes no sense. Theories online indicate that the company is involved in money laundering and that these stores exist as a way for them to not get caught.
I mean, how often does one buy a new mattress? I've read it's supposed to be every 8 years, but honestly, in a lifetime, you might buy 3 or 4, right? So why have 3 stores on one block? And the stores are always empty, so how do they survive? This theory, which was massively floating around for a couple of years here online, has been written off as aggressive franchising. Some chains claimed they only needed to sell 1 mattress a day to make profit. Okay, fine, I guess I'll go with that too. So on to American candy shops. They are literally popping up everywhere in Europe. And this time the vibe is going up a notch because we have some proof as to shady dealings. Allegedly, for legal reasons. But we have proof. Yeah, this is real. In London alone, on Oxford Street, there were over 40 American candy shops at one point. They were often literally side by side and completely overpriced and always empty. In 2022, a tourist walked into one of these Oxford Street candy shops and walked out with a bill for £899, which is about $1,150 for 2 bags of sweets. This single complaint triggered a Westminster Council investigation, and when investigators went inside, they did not find Willy Wonka, they found shady dealings. Counterfeit goods, banned additives, and millions in unpaid taxes, as well as a lot of scamming going on. Allegedly. It's candy as camouflage. The mattress conspiracy was fun because it was harmless, but these candy shops, ooh. And I feel it personally because I like candy. So take this Oxford Street example. On Oxford Street alone, the rent is sky high. And somehow a shop that can't shift a $10 candy bar with any regularity is supposed to be covering these costs. Now, here's one way it works. Jack the prices. It's the obvious choice. But some of these shops been taking it too far. And what investigators found was wild. Secret doors, hidden basements, and shelves of counterfeit candy. Who saw that one coming? And fake merchandise. In total, more than $1.6 million of goods were seized. Inspectors also discovered that when they tested these products, 89% were found to have dangerous ingredients. Well, by that I mean they failed Europe's safety standards, which are a lot higher than America's food safety standards, so I guess depends on how you look at that one. But to sum it up, almost 9 in 10 sweets were found to be unsafe, fake, or illegally imported. So if you thought paying $15 for a can of Dr. Pepper was daylight robbery, turns out the real robbery was happening behind the counter. Because, oh yeah, these things don't have prices on them usually. You don't know till you go up to the till how much it is, and I guess if you're just buying candy, you might not even look what you tap your card as. And these stores are a masterclass in psychology. The neon walls, the tubs of gummies, the cartoon mascots, and it's not to appeal to kids. It's designed to grab adults who grew up seeing American snacks in movies and TV shows. Think about it. How many times did you watch a character on Friends eating Oreos or Bart Simpson with a Butterfinger and wonder what it tasted like? That's nostalgia marketing, decades delayed. But the fake goods weren't just candy. These raids turned up knockoff goods, including fake Nike, apparently bootleg DVDs, didn't know that was still a thing, and even illegal vapes. Nothing says sweet shop like a hidden stash of knockoff Adidas. I actually feel this betrayal deep in my heart. What do you mean American candy can hurt more than my digestive system? And it's not just fake packaging. Many of these goods, as I said, contained additives banned outright in Europe. Take brominated vegetable oil linked to thyroid issues and reproductive problems. Or Allura Red, that's what makes your sweeties so much more vibrant than our sweeties in colour. It's connected to hyperactivity and even cancer risk in long-term studies. Both are legal in the US, but illegal in the EU. Although there are being changes made right now to those additives. Another raid pulled up 3,378 products, worth about $11,000, and almost 90% of them were illegal to sell. So yeah, I guess American candy shops are not just overpriced. Forget a sugar high, you might also get an endocrine disruption with that. Remember when candy used to just rot your teeth? Simpler times. Now apparently you need a chemistry degree just to read the label, which is probably incorrect anyway. Them's be lying. Now let's talk money, because it's not just about selling fake nerds. Oh, while you're here, don't forget to subscribe. Otherwise, I'm going to hit you in the nuts with a hammer. Somebody suggest threats and comments, because some of these are getting dark. These shops are notorious for dodging rent and taxes. Let's go back to our Oxford Street example. Landlords filed claims for $13.5 million in lost revenue. That was unpaid business rates. So why keep them open? Well, a glowing neon sign is better than an empty shop, eh? An occupied storefront, even if shady, props up the illusion of a thriving street. And that's why they keep multiplying. They're not designed to sell candy. They're designed to exist. And what goes on behind the scenes is anyone's guess, though obviously we have some clues. Think about it though. When was the last time you saw anyone paying $20 for a box of Pop-Tarts? I remember a day last May when you were sad and craving Pop-Tarts. Okay, I paid $20 once for a box of Pop-Tarts, but I am not the regular person. I have an American product addiction problem. And even when you shut these down, the turnover is constant. One shop closes and another opens literally 2 doors down. Slightly different name, same tubs, same questionable Kit Kats. It's like a candy shop whack-a-mole. And it's not just London. These shops are everywhere. Dublin, Paris, Barcelona. They're even popping up in small little coastal towns. And can you imagine the amount of stuff that gets sold in those? They've turned into Europe's most colourful open secret. Candy as camouflage. Honestly, if Walter White had just opened a candy shop, Breaking Bad could have easily been 3 seasons shorter. So yes, American candy shops in Europe are bizarre, shady, and may hold more secrets than we've already found to date. But let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe like the mattress firms, they only need to sell 1 Reese's cup a day to make their rent worthwhile. As ever, I couldn't do these videos without my wonderful patrons, and here's a couple of names for you. Thank you to my wonderful members of the Karmic Gold crew. They are Anthony Rogers, Ben Foster, Ben Rast, Bill Ebby, Bill W, Brian Ware, Brian Orstal, Carl Johnson, Dan Contini, Daniel Sith, Don Proctor, Flores487H, Glenn A. Lewis, Heather Gill, Henry Chin, John F. Pfeiffer, John Peterson, John Riley, Joseph Coate, Justin Rutledge, Kathleen Harrington, Kenneth, Kurt Johnson, Lawrence Davis, Lord Kerry, Lorraine Thomas, Marilyn Schote, Mark Green, Marty Hopkins, Michael Mahan 2 times, Mike H., Paul Denzeo, Paul Gamoser, Paul Loomis, Roger Sasaki, Russell Reyes, Jeff Lichtman, Sean C., Thomas Olson, and Tony S. Thank you so much to each and every one of you. You make it possible for me to make these videos, for which I am eternally grateful. Thank you so much, guys. That's it for today. See you on the other side. Bye.